You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Is pharaoh still existing? As he reborn, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't. Equal facility, like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. Time to make them oppress us pay. We just can't go this way. So the children could see their way. Like you did in Egypt, when Pharaoh had the Israelites in bondage, you delivered them. But here again, we are in the same khaki van. We have those modern Pharaohs who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lie. Just come on this way. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Then I'll be up to judgment day. Just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say. Yes, hurry up with judgment day. We just can't make it this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Must we get old and gray? And the children can't see their way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. Oh, we just can't make it this way. We like the Israelites in it day. Please send us another Jesus again. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 Lord, we just can't go this way. Lord, we just can't make it this way. No, we just can't go this way. Please hurry up with judgment day.
Do not categorize the blessing by colors. It is not the colors you need to watch. It is the character. Watch out for the character. I'm going to tell you that there are three basic types of people that you will interact with if you are a child of destiny. Can I share this with you? The first group are confidants. Confidants. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they get in trouble with you. They'll come see you in the jailhouse. They'll come get you out of the crack house. They're confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. You'll never inherit your kingdom until you find your confidant. You can't be David till you find your Jonathan. Having a good confidant is the key that unlocks the kingdom, because you were raised outside the gate and God's going to cause you to reach over the wall. You got to have a confidant behind the wall who can mentor you for for what God is going to do next in your life. The problem with most people is that everybody they run around with is under them. And so you are forever feeding people who can't feed you. And after years of feeding them, they begin to drain you. You got to have somebody who can feed you so you can feed somebody else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Am I talking to anybody in here? You need the confidant then. The confidant is those few people that come along in your life that are for you. They are with you. They are intimately intertwined in your life. They are there to make sure that you reach your destiny. They will confront you. They will get in your face. They will get in your business. They will tell you when you're wrong because they are confidants. If you have 2 or 3 of them in a lifetime, you are a blessed person. Without them, you'll never be who God called you to be. You need to find your confidant. Number 2, the other group are your constituents. They are not into you. They are into what you are for. They are for what you are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think that they are for you. They are for what you are for. And you have to know that, because if they meet somebody else that will further their agenda, they will leave you and hook up with them, because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout your life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're broken, you will mistake your constituents for your confidants. And you will think that they are for you when they are really not for you. They are just for what you are for. And by the time you get through falling in love with them, they will break your heart as they hook up with somebody else who is for what you are for, because it was never about you anyway. It was about the causes that you represent. They are for what you are for, but they are not for you. They are your constituents. Can I go deeper with this? The third group are your comrades. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. It is just that they are against what you are against. And the comrades will make strange bedfellows. This will cause people to come together who are not for you, and they are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. And they will team up with you to help fight a greater enemy. But don't be confused by their associations. They will only be with you until the victory is accomplished. These people are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose. And when the purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be upset when they are removed, because the building always remains when the scaffolding is removed. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, expect the constituents and the comrades to leave you and desert you after a while. Don't be upset when they don't react to your dream the way you expected them to, because they were never really with you in the first place. Be careful then who you tell your dream to, because if you tell your dream to your constituents, they will desert you and try to fulfill the dream without you. If you tell it to your comrades, they won't support it, because they never were for what you were for anyway. If you find a few people in your entire life with whom you can share your dream with, you are a blessed somebody. I can tell you how to identify people who are really for you. If they are really for you, they will weep with you when you weep, and they will rejoice when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and you tell somebody good news, stop being happy for a minute and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth and walk back out of the door. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Oh yeah, because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you when you share your dream. Find somebody, look them in the eye and say, are you happy for me? If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else. You need somebody who's really going to be happy for you. I don't want just anybody praying for me. I don't want none of them haters praying for me, because you know you hate me and you don't want me to succeed. I want somebody praying for me who really wants me to be blessed, who wants me to be an overcomer, so you can put up your oil and stop speaking in tongues, because you know you never did speak to me anyway, and ain't no need in you coming up here in this hospital like you gonna pray some cancer up off of me. I'd rather have somebody who really loves me lay across the bed and rebuke the devil. And God is so faithful, he'll always give you somebody. Oh, if he ever sent anybody into your life to help you, you ought to just clap your hands and thank him for the people he sent. Don't worry about the people he took. You ought to praise him for the people he sent. Tell somebody, say, somebody help me. I didn't get here by myself. Somebody helped me to get here. Somebody taught me how to stand. Somebody got me behind the gate. Somebody taught me the protocol of the pilot. Somebody encouraged me when I felt like dropping out of school. Somebody helped me when my back was up against the wall. Somebody mentored me when I was going through a divorce. Somebody helped me when I was going through a crisis. God is so faithful that he will never leave himself without a witness. He will send somebody.
You get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. You get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from PLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. Say we got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. To get it there easy, he got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner, brother, is a terrible journey. Back with plenty brutality. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to rise up, you got to stand up. Pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, you got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something, make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man now to keep on jamming. For black man to get a little something.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, cover, cover.
truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZY 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZY 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you know, we always say, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a purple t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt, a maroon t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And this is how we start the thing.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, though, come with me. We do have Dad on WZYE, Santa Meditate.
Yeah, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the one and only. We call him here Dr. Love. Rani Muhammad, boy. Yeah, yeah. So, folks, as we always say, we bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. A piece of wax. Yeah. We bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And to show you that we mean it, we put that in words, ladies and gentlemen. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our pledge to you, the people, that we will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me bring in my pal, the young man, the one and only, the man better known as Uncle Tommy Boy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's a pleasure being here in the village with you this evening. I noticed, let me say right off, I noticed finally the love doctor came home today. So that's
Oh,
a
the
good
love
sign.
doctor came home?
Yeah, he's home. He's in the village.
Oh, all right. All right. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. That is a good thing. Yeah. We call on him so much that finally he decided to come on home. Yeah, welcome back, love doctor. Welcome. You know, we miss the love doctor. We miss Nadia too. We miss Nadia. Yeah.
Yeah,
We miss Nadia, man.
that's the village sweetheart.
So Tommy, where we gonna start today? At the beginning or the end?
Well, just get started.
Let's start. Um, it's never a dull day in Trinidad and Tobago. So,
Oh,
folks, at the top of the hour, we'll have economist Professor Roger Hosein joining us to tell us about the economy, what's going on in Trinidad, how has the SOE affected the economy in Trinidad, how has this disaster with the commissioner of police, how that has affected Trinidad, and how does that look from the outside? You know, I mean, I know he's not a political analyst, but we could he could give us some insight. So, folks, don't forget share the live WZY 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe. WZY TV on YouTube, and you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
and if worse comes to worse, you can always try the other line, which is 973-609-6509. 973-609-6509. And remember, share that live. Tell a friend to tell a friend that WZYE is on and we're live.
Tommy, in your estimation, have there been ever another decade in Trinidad and Tobago with so much disasters happening in the country?
I frankly, I cannot remember. I can't remember any other time as controversial as these times.
I mean, nah, man, Tommy, you could go into your memory bank.
Well, I haven't lived that long. I've lived 7 decades thus far. But as far as my memory bank is concerned, I guess I can probably remember 6 decades. And I remember 1970 we had an uprising. And prior to that uprising, we had a bit of protests going on. We had another uprising in 1990. And of course, Yassim Abu Bakr said he was arresting the government for wrongs that they were doing. I don't know how he intended to get away with it, but he tried. And he got away with it because
So, go ahead.
because he lived through it and he lived to talk about it.
So folks, we would like you to help us. What we are trying to find out if there's been ever another decade in Trinidad, like this decade under Prime Minister Rowley. Another decade like this one, where it's moving from disaster to disaster, like taking candy off the table. You understand? So we're trying to find out because um I am trying to go down deep into my memory bank and go down into the sub basement of my memory bank and see if I could come up with something. I'm thinking about 1986, that's the only thing I could really think about right now under A&R Robinson, that maybe there were some things that happened, but I scraping. You know who might know? I think Mr. Atlanta might know. I feel so.
Yeah. I think she can give us a call and let us know if she
Yeah,
knows of it.
yeah, 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 yeah. I feel she gonna have some kind of history for we to take us back into the sub basement that we just picking on the piano and picking on Prime Minister Rowley. Because there's been other decades, Tommy, that's been worse than this. But we just don't want, like how every time them PNM activists on the program, there's always go back to 2010 to 2015. You know, it's like they ain't not nothing else to talk about. They talk about 2010, 2015. I think we scraping, and all we want to look at is 2015 to currently. But there has been other times in the past where things been really, really bad, like it's now in Trinidad and Tobago. So here is the opportunity. You could type it in the chat, or you could call us at 973-868-1444 and let us know that, Wall Street and Uncle Tommy, all your bias. Here is that a decade previously, where things done worse than it is now. You know what I mean, Tommy?
Yep.
Times when, for example, Tommy, you closed down Petrotram, right? The most in the history of Tobago black people living below the poverty line, right? The highest murder rates in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, first, second, and third. And we could go on and on and on. And there might be the possibility that there are years that were worse than this, but somehow we are selectively, Tommy, overlooking it.
Yep.
Yeah. So here is the opportunity that you could call or you could send a text, send a voice note, and let us know that, Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street, all they too young in the game, or they didn't really know about things that happened in the past. So, we willing to hear from you. Let's go to the chat. I'm Mr. Intellectual. Say good evening, Uncle T, Pro, and all villagers. Hope everyone had a blessed and productive day, filled with all of God's choices, blessing. Same to you. Dane Khan, good evening, Professor Warshid, Uncle Tommy, and Hanif. Yeah, boy, Dane Khan. Smash the like button and the subscribe. Correct is right. Correct is right. Full 100. All right. Let me see what busy you have to say here. Good day, Uncle Tommy and Wall Street, all listeners. Share the live. Quote for the day. Everyday bucket. Let's go to well. One day the bottom will come out. I hear about that one.
Right.
Today menu: roast, tomato choker, and sada roti with a glass of Milo tea. That's buljo.
Buljol is saltfish.
Roast tomatoes. How are you doing that?
Roast tomato choker.
Yeah, Tommy, but how you doing that? You're frying the tomato on them?
No, you're roasting the tomato. You're gonna do the hot oil. You're gonna heat the oil. You're gonna put garlic in it. You're gonna chunk it.
Mash up the tomato and put it in the oil and thing?
Yeah, after you,
That's like a buljo. That's like a buljo.
no, buljol is saltfish.
All right. Take out the saltfish. Take out the saltfish.
Uh-huh.
And the same thing?
Nah.
What do you mean,
Tomato choker you're making.
No. I never had that. I know my wife. I never had that, boy. I don't know if we make roast tomato choker. Nah, 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 nah. I remember that. I think it'll be just putting them things to pull my leg, to keep
No,
me.
no, no, no. He know what he's talking about.
Nah, I feel you'll be putting them things to serious.
I feel you had that. I feel you had roast tomato choker before.
Eh, nah, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Roast tomato choker. Nah, no. I know when you make a buljo, you put tomato and thing in it.
Yeah, that's a different setup to your
But I
roasted.
but I still you put oil and thing in there too, Tommy. You put oil,
You
you
ever had,
put
you ever had bygone choker?
um melon John?
Yeah,
Nah.
you're missing out a lot, boy.
Oh, you forget Chumak, I grew up. Me grew up in Sally Bay, like you.
I grew up in Marabella.
I mean in my me grew up middle class like you, Tommy.
I
You
spent
understand?
I spent some early years with my grandmother up in Sally Bay.
You ever had outdoor latrine
Of course, in the country, and
in Marabella?
okay, in Marbella when we first built our house, we didn't build a toilet. It's only after a while we built the toilet,
Mm,
build the flushing toilet.
mm. I didn't
So I
go
know
ahead.
about I know about Odola train for a brief stint.
Yeah, I mean, when I in Snake Valley, we had 5 different locations for latrines. Because it's about 8 of us in the yard, and it just full up quick. You know what I mean? So we start in the corner, one corner of the yard, and we just keep it moving, man. Use the same slab, we move it over, so fill it up with dirt, and we move it over. How much you are? Just one in your yard all the time? One?
I'll jog my memory. I think it's just one.
Mm,
One until we finish billing.
mm. Okay. All right, Dane can't say a Pinum Sokofan call heavy program and use obscene language. You surprised, Dane? You surprised? I'm not surprised. Gordon Joseph say good evening. All hope your day went as good as your plans or better. What do you want of this life that God gives to you? And do you know that God have a real plan for your life? Ask him about it now. Okay. Alan, welcome. Good night, Mr. Washington Tommy. Gordon Joseph says, I am on the sea, but listening for relevant truth. Okay. Rennie Mohammed, good night, brothers and sisters. Love in the house. Respect to the panel, Mr. Walls, Mr. Tommy. Long time since I've visited the village, but I always keep attention of the present. All right. Caribbean soul, welcome. Oh, call up. Oh, God, boy. Tommy, my wife just said so many times you had tomato choker, please.
I know you would have.
Wait now. I remember that one, huh? I remember that. Them just give me kind of thing and just call it a different name. That's what it is. Tomato choker. Denise, you ever had tomato choker? Denise G, welcome. You ever had tomato choker, Denise? Wall Street. I thought when an Superstar, welcome. I thought when an investigation is going on, that person should not be sitting in the office. You mean what happened with the TTPS?
Has to
Different
be
strokes. Huh?
has to be that he's talking about.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks, boy. Gina Mendez. Gina, good night. Good night to you.
Welcome to the village, Gina.
Gina, welcome to the Gina, where you joining us from? Tommy Mohammed, welcome. Good night, Anselm Born and Mr. Marshall. Hey, man, calling me by my official name in a way.
Yeah, he calling us out.
Yeah, boy, Tommy Mohammed. What is your purpose of doing that, Tommy?
And all listeners. Good night to you, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, Tommy boy, come out. You know, people used to go on radio and say, you know, what's his real name? Anselm Born. I used to laugh. It's a long time I know myself by that name. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Mr. Florida, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Hanson. Good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night, all the callers, all the Texas, everybody on the live. Glad to see everyone alive and well through the news abroad. Mr. Hanson, you have to use the American term, you know.
What is that?
You know, you ever had Mexican food? Well, you know, they say it's tomato salsa now. So I feel this call it tomato choka, call it tomato salsa.
All right. Mr. Florida, thank you so much. I think it's just a tomato kind of mix up thing.
Yeah, but
the onion and the garlic and whatever, and thing, and then spice it up and you know it's almost the same thing because they just roast it too now.
Oh, okay.
So you maybe know it as salsa, but you have to, but you're chili one, you have to know the chili word choka.
No. You know, when I hear choke, I just get nervous, boy.
All right, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah, like you sound like you choke her. You know? I just get kind of nervous that I hear that, boy. Not me, boy. Volsang, welcome. Shanika, you're inside. Good evening, Wall Street and Tommy, also in the village. Blessings. Tommy Mohammed says, KFC, welcome. KFC inside.
Hey, hi, good night, Mr. Washington. Uncle Tommy, man.
What's happening,
how
man?
you doing, KFC?
And all the men the Warriors, UNC Warriors. Oh, Mr. Washington, you do have pay about UNC close to your heart. we are the country business close to my heart because we want better men for the country.
Correct is right. Yeah.
And you only know how to take care of this evil, wicked, heartless PNN government.
Correct is right. Yeah.
But Mr. Washington, you talking about tomato choke, man.
You know about that?
You never grew up on them. What do you mean? I grew up, my little president, and I go about tomato choker, bygone choker.
Nah, I never had no bygone choker.
Fried booty.
Nah, never had fried booty.
Fried okra.
Never had fried okra.
All them things, man. Nah. Mr. Washington. Mr. Rock. They did a evil, wicked piano woman calling 91.9 and use the obscene language on the station, man.
Can you imagine that, boy?
And Mr. Rock, only thing you have to come off, you have to come off your own radio station, you talk that nonsense. You know you're in charge, you see, boss. I love to say, so, boss, you're so disrespectful and parameters.
Yeah.
The nation listening, you call it, my box loud, you neighbors listening, and you using them obscene language.
Yeah, boy.
We will be calling in the program, Mr. Washington, the opposition, because we calling Pastor Golden program, and then you get something that block record, then take a record. Yeah, we getting out that person and using them kind of obscene language on the radio station.
Nah. They don't do that.
And they're saying, Tunji, KFC, and next one, we call them, not to get at this damn evil, wicked PNM. I see I pulled back the program yesterday and I see this evil wicked bell bottom pastor man with the big belly trying to come down David Mohammed and saying just we go down talking to black people and all kind of thing. You can't put your foot in a certain man's shoes.
Yeah, I've a clipping of that when you talk about Black History Month. Yeah.
You walk in behind short some with a bell bottom pants. And the bird flower and saying, you come and talking piano. And the bird gone. I love brothers, man.
Tommy.
Yes.
We go into that. A man listen to our next pastor from America. And the pastor say they get rid of Black History Month. He regurgitated what the pastor say. And he in fact check it.
Wow.
Right? And I go play it. And when he play it, when he say it, a lady call and fact check him and expose him. He tell, but lady, I just play while you here. You just play. You just play it. You ain't at least get a little fact check. You know what I mean? Yeah, we just play stuff here sometimes that we don't fact check. But
it had to be logical.
Yeah, if the lady, but no, Tommy, I think when you hear something kind of outrageous, I think you had to kind of question it somewhat.
Of course.
You know, I think that was kind of outrageous for him and for him not to question it. You know? And you telling yourself, here's our pastor. Yes, you'll be welcome.
Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
And all out to the diaspora. Good afternoon and good night. Wall Street.
Yeah.
You just come with some kind of thing. Oh, you don't know what is tomato. You never eat tomato choker.
No, my wife tell me I eat it, but when you call it a different name. My wife text me and tell me I eat it.
I feel your wife just be looking for free recipe, you know. Good night to you, Mom. Good night to you, Mom. COP, just kidding. Wall Street. Take 2 tomatoes. Chuck it with a fork. Chuck a fork in it, right?
Yeah.
And light the stove. And put it over the stove and roast it until the skin get black.
I never do that. We never do
take
that.
Take out the black skin from it. Take a little fork and mash it up now. Cut up a little onion. Cut up a little onion, throw it on top of it. Sprinkle a little black pepper, put it on top of it. You can put a little pimento, cut up a little hot pepper, put on top of it. You can put a little celery, and a little size in it. Put it on top of it. Then put a little oil and put a little frying pan on the fire. When the frying pan get hot, throw a little oil in it. Pop up 2 grains of garlic. Throw it in the hot oil. But let the garlic burn a little bit now. And then throw it inside the tomato, you put everything. You must hear tra. If it ain't go tra, throw it in the bin and start it over again. But if you hear tra, when you hear tra, take the fork now and mash up everything together. Put a little salt and thing.
COP.
Nice at that roti. Yes, Uncle Tony.
Tell him what you're doing. He chunky in it.
Go ahead, Tommy. Say it again.
Uncle Tony.
Tommy say.
Roasting the tomatoes and you put a little onion and thing on top of it and mash it up.
No, tell him that when you put the garlic in the pot, he chunky in it.
Yeah, the hot oil.
Yeah.
They call it chunky.
Okay.
And you throw it after the tomatoes with all the little garlic and little seasoning and thing inside there. And you chunky it. You go chua. Then you mash up everything and you cover it. You cover it and all the steam stay inside there. And you make a little salad roti and you eat it. Uncle Tony.
Growing up in Chumaka.
Once you ever eat fried okra?
No, I never
eat bacon dashing bush already?
I never eat fried okra.
You ever eat bacon dashing bush?
No, I never eat bacon.
Bhaji?
I never eat bacon dashing.
It's a bush bhaji.
Well, in Trinidad over here, people eating bacon popoy.
No,
the curry the popoy now.
I never eat bacon bhaji either. But I tell you only the truth. Where my life for?
I always only eat green plantain. Always only eat green plantain and lavender.
Let me take this next call here, COP. Let me take this next one. Yeah, man, bless. Yeah, Mr. Carnage. Welcome. Good night.
Professor Wall Street and Tony.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I just want to share a little information with you. I know this entire life, I just come off it to bring this information towards you. When the live done, I will send it to you so you can go through it tomorrow. Because I know the media is listening to the live. There, David Abdullah. I forget the Economist he is interviewing, but it's about Petrotram at Jamaica and Paria fuel. You know, Jamaica is they import the fuel, right?
Yeah.
You aware about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? And I think Trinidad is do trade with the same company what brings us fuel. But the Swiss government had hold some of the executives for massive corruption. I think it's this week they was fined and jailed.
Mm-hmm.
So you see how the PNM government is continue doing business with entities that shady characters. Just so that it is not the guy from India.
Yeah.
Right. So this is information that David had just put out within the interview. So I will send it for you when it is about half an hour. I'll send the clip for you so you can go through it and see what you can cipher.
Thank you, man.
And if you want to make a assumption of this deal, but if people are looking at this deal, and this deal is very, very shady, very shady, because Jamaica do not produce oil, right? They do not produce bitumen. The refineries are old refinery, right? And the capacity what they are producing, what they are bringing to their country, it's not substantial enough to really. So something is this deal is not it's too much. A lot of questions going to be asked about this deal, right? So I say let me just drop this towards you. But when I send you the clip, you can go through it and see what you can divert out of this Petrotram and this Paria fuel. And the main person behind that is the person who delivered the fuel to Paria and also Petrotram. Corrupt to the core. Locked on and listening.
All right, man. Bless. When Roger Hosein come, we gonna ask him if he knows anything.
You say something?
No. We say all right. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Bless. Bless. Okay. Dean, can this management running the company like the government running the country? So I'm looking forward to payday. Riaz, welcome. Blessed night to all. Sipasad Ramnarayan Wall Street. I wish Kamala win this election in the majority so she can investigate this government. If they say they go do it, they have to do it, you know. They can't say they go do it and then they ain't do it. They have to do it. And yes, our police service is way past being blasted corrupt. Okay. Yeah, KFC.
Yeah, Mr. Wall Street.
Mm.
Hello?
Yeah, we listening to you.
Mr. Wall
Mm.
You know you grew up on Mr. Wall Street, you come to jungle,
Eh.
Paulas, and have a chocolate. How you grew up on it?
Oh God.
Tomato choker,
Tomato choker.
credit, that's too expensive for me.
Yeah, me no no tomato choker going up in Chumakak. All they think it
We
easy.
go across right by LB supermarket, Garpan, and from some Paulas and eat it.
Yeah.
Survival.
Yep. Correct is right. All right, we're going for the break. So, folks, when we come back, we should have Professor Roger who will sign with us. So we're going for that break. Stick and stay. We'll be right back. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZY 95.9 FM. Don't forget, share the live, WZY 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZY TV on YouTube. And the number say on 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509.
Thank you.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Legalize stamping.
Of course, there you have it. There you have it. Your turn now, way. Your turn now. Yeah. Your turn now, Tommy. Tommy, I'm not sure if I heard it. I think I heard it on one other radio station before. All right, let's get back to this.
No more red, no more rain, no more red, no more rain, no left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching at the law, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. We tired of the bloodshed, tired of the taxes, tired of the potholes and all the excuses. Tired of no water, tired of stretching a dollar, tired of the high grocery bills. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowling again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. No more red, no more rain, no more red, no more rain. No left foot, right foot again. No more struggle, no more strain, no more pain. We want to see we way, we want a brighter day. No more Rowley again. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you. Bye bye Rowley, bye bye, bye bye Rowley, bye bye. We're not voting for you.
A big one. Oh, yeah, that's big one. So that is a gun. Listen, man. Hear me now. I frightened to live. Who are you? I frightened to live. Now, all the thing. I frightened to live. Sing. I frightened to live. I frightened to live. I frightened to live.
So, folks, I'm going to pause that because we have our guest in the background, Professor Roger Hosein. So I'm going to bring him in to the village. Should I call you Professor? Should I call you Doctor?
Professor's fine.
Professor fine. Professor, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Pleasant good evening.
Yeah. How are things going in our beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago?
So let me understand a little clearer. You are based in New York?
Yeah, New York, New Jersey. The station is located in New Jersey. But we are based in New Jersey.
I'm going to respond to you in 1 minute. I would like to hear, though, if you don't mind, I starting off with a question. In your opinion, what do you see and how do you understand Trinidad and Tobago is going?
You want me to be politically correct, or you may give you the
I
truth?
want it to be blunt. I am only here to talk. I talk very straight. So I prefer you talk to me the same way as well.
All right, good. Well, Professor, first of all, right, when I look at the amount of murders in Trinidad and Tobago for a country of 1.5 million, in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, the first, second, and third highest murders over the last 10 years, right? And as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, it is sad that that has happened in the country. For me, always wanting to retire in Trinidad and Tobago, I have really put that on the back burner, right? When I look at the economy of Trinidad and Tobago and looking at diversification of the economy and seeing for, the government been in office for 10 years and there's really no, well, let me not say no, right? It doesn't seem to be a big incentive in order to diversify the economy because we depend on oil and gas, right? And when I look at the education system and you look at the SCA scores, and the amount of people scoring below 50% in the SCA, when you look at the health system, and just we hear a man up in Chumaka, Clavantel, because I'm from Chumaka, Clavantel. I grew up in Chumaka, Clavantel, and I hear of these kind of things. I think that we are supposed to be a first world country now, and then we hear about Petrotram selling oil to Trinidad and Tobago. All right, and Trinidad and Tobago had a refinery, and now Jamaica, right? So it's kind of sad that there is so much. I don't want to take up most of your time, but I will expect.
What you are doing a good. I don't. When you are done, I don't know if I can add anything. I think you are giving a good summary.
No, well,
you are watching from an overview. Who are watching from an overview position sees. You all have the benefit of staying afar and not being involved in the micro affairs, and therefore could see the big picture, so to say. So
right.
I have nothing ready to add to what you have said. What you have said is a reasonable summary. It's what the world sees, is what the press puts out in the public domain internationally. I mean, in this day and age, anyone anywhere from Alaska to Australia could read these things, and it's there. Except that the last one with Petrotram and Trinidad is not correct. That's a peculiar arrangement, and it's net foreign exchange enhancing. So I won't bash the country for that. I would give the country and Paria credit for making the attempt to get some bunker fuel purchased from Petrotram, which they buy at price X and sell back to ships at price X plus Y, and therefore make some foreign exchange from that transaction. So that's one.
Prof, I want to push back a little bit on you. Prof, we had a refinery that, according to the Minister of Finance, was one of the largest earners of Forex. That's not my statement. The Minister of Finance went on an interview and he made that statement. And we got rid of that. And now we have to depend on someone else in order for us to get Forex. How can that make any sense?
No, well, just to be clear there, you could be the largest earner of Forex, but you could still be a net loser of Forex. And so is the net position that matters. And so I am not going to dispute what the minister said or someone else said, that the refinery was a large earner of foreign exchange. What matters is the net position in terms of, after we purchase fuel for the refinery and process it and earn foreign exchange, what is the amount of money we are paying to buy the crude oil, etc., to go into the refinery? And in the net, what is the position? But coming back to...
So do you agree that Petrotram was a burden on the finances of Trinidad and Tobago, and it should have been closed?
What I would agree is that when I looked at the data from the World Bank in their online trade database, which you see that we were making a loss at about 2012, 13, 14, 15 in terms of the amount of fuel that we bought and in terms of the amount of fuel that we sold, so that the net export position associated with the refinery based on that data set for those years was negative. That doesn't mean that the plant couldn't have turned around. If it is, we improve some of the inefficiencies. That doesn't mean that the diesel plant, if we had less corruption on it, we couldn't have had better outcomes. I'm just commenting on the numbers that are available and probably on which the decision were made.
So in your estimation, right, do you believe it was a prudent decision by the government to close down Petrotram?
At that point in time, yes. And I think that the OWTU had become a very difficult entity to deal with. There were a number of factors. The Prime Minister went on record and outlined that two very high bullet payments were due within a short period of time. I don't remember the specific years that he mentioned then. So he had to make some adjustment. The government had to make some adjustment. And now, the way, in the context of the adjustment they have made, Paria Fuel Trading is making profits. Heritage is making profits, and we have taken out the refining aspect of the energy sector in which we were making the loss, and we are managing that via importing fuel and selling to the market. That's what I understand from the data that I see. So I really don't get involved in conversations about the refinery, because based upon the data that I see, I am not uncomfortable.
But there were some statements that was made by they file a oh God, I'm
Freedom of
forgetting what
information.
Yes, the freedom of information they filed, and based on the freedom of information that was filed, it showed that Petrotram was making money. Based on the freedom of information.
Now again, you are asking me some specific questions. I'm going to give you, to the best of my knowledge, answer. I don't have nothing in front of me. Okay. What I would say is, if there is a crude oil aspect and there's a refined aspect, and likely the crude oil aspect overall helped the company make money, but the refinery aspect was pulling down the extent of profitability from here to here, and therefore good practice mathematics and good practice economics would have suggested, if you broke it up and reduced the influence of whatever was pulling down the overall profits, then the part that you leave that are net profit making would overall have larger profits, and you attend to the matter of fuel imports via the way that it was done. Again, I don't have the FOIA in front of me. I don't have the specific financials in front of me, but that is what I understand and stem from what I have read.
Professor, quick question. Good evening.
Good evening.
Quick question. From a management perspective, wouldn't restructuring of the refining process have been a sensible thing to do?
Well, I think they tried that. I think we tried that for many years, starting from about 2003 with the diesel plant, the proposed diesel plant. There were a number of plants started under Malcolm Jones. And when you look at the data, some of these plants ran into billions of dollars of losses, so that the management and the restructuring you mentioned and the changes and the interventions that were suggested and undertaken led to billions of dollars, as is typical in many things in our type of economies, billions of dollars in losses. I mean, I can elaborate from another dimension. The gentleman Anselm started off by speaking about diversification. And I'm not sure what year you all left Trinidad and Tobago, but I'm sure you all would have heard that conversation since you all were here, since you all were younger, even up until now. And even now, today, as we speak, we have a massive inflow of Venezuelans into Trinidad and Tobago. What do we do with the Venezuelans? When last have you all been to Trinidad? Where do the Venezuelans work? They work in bars, they work in casinos, they work in the informal part. of the non-tradable sector. It's absolutely discouraging, Marshall and Slim. And technocrats like ourselves speak out. Nobody listens. No one again, the ministers will come on and abuse you. And you get fed up, and people, it's not impossible for people like me to leave and come and live abroad and pack up our bags, because it's a difficult situation. And you try to put the technical information out in the public domain, and oh my God, nobody really listens. It's a difficult situation. And I speak in my personal capacity, not on behalf of any group I am part of. This is me, Roger Hosein, speaking here. It's a difficult situation.
So, Doc, I mean, Prof, can you imagine you in Trinidad and Tobago, and you are economists, you deal with numbers, right? And we are outside here looking to see, boy, how could we help our country become better? But they don't want our advice either, Doc. I mean, Prof, they don't want our advice either. Right, let me give you an example. Let me give you a quick example, right? There was the former Workers' Bank building on Duncan and Independence Square. I grew up in Chumaka, Claventel. So I decided that, well, look, if the government, the building sat there for like 30 years abandoned, since I was going to high school, I know it was there. I said, well, listen, if the government could decide that I wanted to make it the Laventel to Wall Street Empowerment Center, because I worked 23 years on Wall Street, and if the government just give the building 100-year lease for $1 a year, they do it here in America all the time, and I will get the financing to renovate the building and make it into an empowerment center. And they marched down the building. They marched down the building.
So it's unfortunate. It's a painful thing in some regards when you look at these various things, and it's just a lot of changes needed. And I'm sorry, are you all hearing me, by the way?
Yeah, we hearing you. Yeah, we hearing
right.
you.
We have a labor force participation rate that is declining. We have an economy that is drifting more towards the non-tradable sector instead of the tradable sector. We have quite a number of gaps in the economy that, in my opinion, a lot of them needs to be closed. We variously try to offer suggestions to the state to try and see if anything of substance could come out of these various conversations. And it's a little discouraging at times, because for your best effort, not much seems to be taken on board. And the difference between external debt and the stock of reserves continue to go down and down. I think we are about close to zero now. I think external debt, I think the stock of reserves minus external debt is close to zero as we speak. And it's just and again, in my personal opinion, it's just a very difficult situation. Maybe other people will tell you otherwise, but that's the way I see it. And I can tell you, I pay extremely close attention to my country. I pay extremely close attention to the data in intense detail, and it's very frustrating.
Doc, the economy, let's go back to the Auditor General and her, should I say, well, and the shenanigans with that shortfall in income that was addressed by the Privy Council not so long ago. What do you think is really going on with that?
I personally, I don't think it's anybody stole $2.6 billion. I think there are some accounting errors. I'm not going to say and put my head on a block that say that 100 million wasn't misallocated somewhere. I can't say that because I don't know. But personally, I think the majority of that is an accounting problem. And we have to let the process work itself out. If the courts have to get involved in a further way, so be it. But I hope that when the dust settles, we would understand exactly where the error was. What is sad though is that these type of accounting and public servant type errors you keep hearing about, keep popping up now and again, and they keep putting the blame on the public servant. It's probably true. I can't say. But as concerns the Auditor General matter, I would say let the dust settle and let us see where it lands.
So, Doc, I hear you. How does Trinidad and Tobago solve the forex problem that they have? Because I vacationed in St. Lucia recently, and they don't have no forex problem. There are many other Caribbean islands don't have any forex problem, and they don't have oil and gas. Many of them are based on tourism, and we have all these problems in Trinidad and Tobago regarding the forex. What says you?
Well, you start one of the questions you said, how can we from abroad help? One of the things you all can do is send more remittances. Probably we need to do more, and we need to do more and offer more diaspora bonds and other type of instruments that could get you all to send more money. So one is through remittances. Two is we could improve our tourism product. You just mentioned you went to St. Lucia. If you go to Aruba, St. Martin, Curacao, Barbados, Jamaica, numbers are significantly higher than ours. So we could do more to improve that. We could do more to export our manufacturing goods to the rest of the Caribbean and outside the Caribbean. And we could calculate where opportunities lie in terms of our comparative advantage and various strengths. I must say the Ministry of Trade is making some strides forward in terms of the partial scope trade agreement they have signed with Chile and with Chile, with Curacao and a few other states. So I think some efforts are being made, but the frustration sometimes, Anselm, if you watch the final between Argentina and France, it ended up 3-3, and then France lost on penalty kicks. But at one point in time in the game, it was 2-0. And nobody could say that France was out of the game. If you play football and you make 25 touches in front of your goal before you reach your opponent's goal, you are still started. People, you are only touching the ball from among the defenders on your side. Nobody can say you are not started the process of moving forward. The point is, there is much more we can do as compared to what we have done. And again, it's a heavy feeling at times. We have to continue working in the trenches. We have to continue putting out the advice and guidance out there. It's extremely frustrating when you make comments and make suggestions to the ministers and they become very aggressive and offensive, sometimes with no rigor. I have seen ministers respond with absolutely no rigor and substance, and nothing gets done. It just remains like that. The data they use, sometimes I even wonder if some of them understand the IMF report and what it is saying. So it's a rough situation. I personally think we need to revamp the Economic Development Advisory Board, bring back some top-class economists to work on that board independently to offer guidance to the government. But I don't know if that would happen. I don't know, but that's my personal hope, that some type of rigor be brought into the system from a parallel point of view, so that top-class scientists can advise, provide independent guidance. You offer them a very decent salary and let them act as consultants to the government. But in my humble opinion, and from what I understand, and from reading the IMF report, the IDB report, the World Bank report, all the reports by Standard & Poor's, Moody's, and from my own intense interrogation of the data, we are not in a good place. The medium-term outlook to me looks very, very damp, and I am very concerned.
Just before you go, Professor, if you had to give this government a grade, the government was in your class, right? Because I teach global business, right? If the government was in your class and you have to give them a grade based on the performance, what grade would you give them?
Well, if you ask me as an economist to mark the performance of the government from an economic point of view,
yes,
I would give them a 4, and my rationale would be that they have not changed the geographic position in terms of non-tradable to tradable output in the direction it should be. In fact, it has worsened. The structure of production has worsened. The structure of employment has worsened. The labor force participation rate has deteriorated. The gap between reserves and external debt has drifted close to zero, and crime has escalated. And that's the criteria I would use, and therefore they would have to repeat the exam.
So, Prof, you get them an F, you know?
Well, 4 out of 10 gives offer you the chance to write it in the summer.
But that's under 50%, Prof.
I am telling you, I would give them 4 out of 10 and offer them the chance to write it in the summer, but I will offer them a few tutorials and a few guest lectures before they go into the final exam. So they would understand what, because you asked me an academic question and I'm giving you an academic advice. I would give them about 6 guest lectures as to where the economy has to go in production space, in employment space, in foreign exchange space, and in external debt space, and provide them with ample readings. I would direct them to the Cordon and Erie 1982. I would direct them to readings that could help them understand, in my opinion, how the macroeconomy in a small petroleum state operates, and see if some better learning could come out of it. That's my honest view. So I have to stop here now, though. I am willing to, if in the future, now that I understand what this is about and how it goes, to come on for a little longer. But I have some night football I play, and I have to run off now because that's my exercise.
Problem. But listen, we appreciate you coming, and we're gonna talk again for you to come back and stay a little longer because we want to have your input. Thank you so much for coming on. Any closing words?
Show. I enjoy the program. Take care, fellas.
All right, man. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there we go, folks. He couldn't stay long, but he came in, and that was the most important thing. Sorry, Mr. Atlanta. The professor had to run.
Hello?
Yeah, the professor was to run.
Street?
Yeah, he had to
Wall
run.
Street?
Yeah, the professor is
Wall
gone.
Street?
Yes. Hello.
Wall Street?
Yeah.
Yes, it was nice of him to be here, you know, to come to the show. So, good evening, all. Tommy Wall Street, everybody.
Good evening.
Roger Hosein, just what I'm saying is that we are poor. End of story. And the test, what you told him when I turned on the TV, I didn't hear what you asked him about the examination. But it have no examination and nobody to come in. And no students to sit the exam. Right? At the end, it's like what you are saying, Wall Street. Roger is saying good things and nice things, and he pastes everything nice and neat, right? But from a layman's point of view, which is a man in a maxi, the man in the maxi, at the end of it all, we are poor. To get like if it's a mother, like if you have to go and sell sugar cake, like if you have a parlor, that's how Trinidad is based now. They have nothing, right? The glorious words that Roger is saying, he's saying it from a economics viewpoint and all kind of thing, but not from the layman's point. What you were saying, about the building you wanted to think, and the all these things we could do, you know, all these things we could do. Like he said, we have to wait and see where the dust flying. It's not see where the dust flying. It's when it should. I'm sorry. It's when it hit the fan. Then people will hold their head and hold. That's what you're waiting on? That's what you're waiting on?
But
Tommy asked about the billions that is that you know the Auditor General put on, you know, chief in court for. Hear him. Here he's saying, I don't believe this and I don't believe that. The fact is, Wall Street, the Auditor General did her job, which is how much money came in, how much money went out, how much money it had there. End of story. And it found that 3 billion or whatever was missing. Nobody say if the nuts man take it, whoever take it, you know what I mean? Nobody disputing that. It is missing, and that is the end of it.
Correct.
You're supposed to find out who, when, where, what, and why. But if we sit down and wait to see, that is what I can't take. We sit down and wait to see. You understand? Because you're asking good questions.
But Mr. Atlanta, you're a Trinidadian. You know Trinidadian like to sit back and wait to see. For example, you tell a Trinidadian a hurricane coming, and the hurricane will be 100 miles per hour, right? When the hurricane come and blow down your house, blow off your roof and everything, you know, the people go Trinidad, but you know, if I only know it was that powerful, out and nail long my roof better. That's Trinidadians.
Yes, or they would have said, oh, well, I'm going to go to the government now for the government to put back to fix my house.
Yeah.
Remember, it didn't bother them in any case. It was for them government to fix it. But another thing too, when I think it's you or Wall Street was talking about the refinery. Why people doesn't come out? Let me tell you, when you watch the briefings in America, and they get any people in ISA Parliament, in their Parliament, you see how everybody put whatever they have to say on, whether you like it or not, and you go with it, whether who for you or who not you. Why they're afraid to talk in Trinidad? What you are saying about the refinery, that the refinery is not a matter how good and what was up and what was down. It was stone. We had Malcolm Jones' teeth, okay? When he said something was on, and they couldn't this and it couldn't recover because everybody packed the pockets, right? They filled the pocket. Why they can't say it? And that's why people doesn't like to hear even Trump when he's saying we're getting rid of that, all kind of all the big the thing to get money hiding and the thieving and the all kind of thing. And when they come out straight, people can't take that, right? So everything was just like how we're talking. Everything nice and pat down. Like if you have the worst tasting cake, but it look beautiful, you know. And he'll say, "Oh yes, it's decorated lovely, it's nice, but it make with mess, right?" So
But Mr. Atlanta, you think he was putting icing on the cake and you didn't know what color the cake was?
Not only icing, not putting icing on the cake, putting icing on the. I would like to tell you what.
Okay,
Right? Cake
okay.
nice.
But he said
Right?
he talked about him with respect to leaving the country. He talked about that. I mean, he gave them a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 is failing from an economic standpoint. That's a F.
That's an F.
You tell him F is a nice. But the thing about it, Hello Wall Street.
Yeah.
What you were saying? You give them a what?
A F. He gave them a F from an economical standpoint. A F.
No, but the numbers. How much out of
4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. 4.
Where you get it from?
I mean, no, he's an economist. So you realize that the country doing bad and the country going to hell in a wastebasket, and you give them an F grade.
And he sounds so depressed. He sounds, as you said, he sounds so depressed. Like he could pick up his bag and go.
Yeah.
When you ask, what I don't like, people, we must talk. When you ask, what about the what we could do, and you're asking him, here, what he's saying, well, the government must put more bonds, and the government and all the different things, right? That he is saying. The government is downright poor and has no money, has no thinkers, has no leadership, has no cop. The lady, it has nobody. The people at the head more duncy than us, right? So, you have to say that he looked like he could pack his bag and go tomorrow.
It looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Atlanta.
But anyway, it was still good of him for him to make his appearance.
Yeah, he make an appearance. Yeah. I know when he come in, when they make appearance for the first time, they just always come back. You know that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's nice. Anyway,
thank you.
I'm here listening.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Atlanta.
Thank you. And you see, Tommy, what we try to do here is to bring, I think Thursday we're going to have Indira Sajiwan, Dr. Indira Sajiwan. She's another economist as well out of UE. Right? And, we're going to continue to talk these issues. Right? And the thing about it, boy, Tommy, is that P&M Fox that's just going cut and pasting to make the government look good. Here's an economist giving them a failing grade. Failing, no, Tommy. Fail. They fail. And they have to go to summer school to make up the class. Right? You say you go give them extra lectures, you go let them read certain books. You might even have to give them extra credit. Right? Because 50% is not a pass. You have to get 60% to get D minus. Yeah? And this is an economist in Trinidad and Tobago giving the government a failing grade.
Yep.
This wasn't Wall Street Uncle Tommy giving them that grade, Tommy. Imagine that. Huh. Boy, you think it's easy? PNM Fox, the Trinidad was not in a recession in 2024. Miss Georgia, welcome.
Welcome. I was driving, listening to your beautiful conversation with the economist.
Yeah.
Right? I'm glad you don't have an economist to talk to. Right? I don't need an economist to tell me what's going on in Trinidad.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I don't need anybody from the IMF. I accept, I understand his views and his opinions and his expertise. But all this talk here, Wall Street, right? What is the plan? To give PNM another chance to sit the exam to get 10 out of 10? This is over. They're supposed to be thinking how not to make sure and get, this shouldn't even be in opposition, right? What you're supposed to be doing is educating the people on them. Whether it's 10 people you have on your show, educate them to go educate other people, educate these new kids who are going to be voting for the first time, who don't even know where to go vote. Every day I come and I see you guys and you talk about the same thing over and over. That is not solutions. That is not how we win, right? You still have PNM in your blood, right? PNM is crooks. They're not winners, right? You all have kids who, if you think about it, 2010 was how many years ago? 2010 was how many years ago?
15.
You would have kids who were 10. You would have kids who were 4. We have a growing mass number of youths who is going to be their first time voting. And everybody who's listening needs to educate those kids. First of all, do you know what it is to vote? Do you know your right to vote? Do you know who is the members of parliament, your constituent members? Because a lot of them, all they know is that they're going and vote on a symbol. They don't know the member of parliament. They don't know what is their roles, how to hold them accountable. Another thing, if you always talk, I don't talk. As Black people or Trinidadians, because we are multicultural people, and if we want to see our country get to a place of recovery, you understand? Because right now we in a stage 4 cancer, we're about to die. It was embarrassing. In the middle of the night, I get a video with Jamaica kind of laughing at me like we're going and get oil from that. To me, and nobody can come and tell me, right, that it was okay to close a refinery. It was not. It was it was not okay. It was not okay to go into a deal with a man who did not know anything and a corrupt man, and all it is just sit down and accept this is not even mediocre. You understand? I am sorry, it might sound that I'm very passionate, but I speak to my fellow Trinidadians every day. And I realize how we are so failing mentally, right? I don't blame an Indian or a white person for my mentality. I blame me. You understand? Only I can take off these chains. And until others talk with the black, the purple, the green, they just understand Trinidad and Tobago and where you want to see all your country go. You understand? And only then we can get together, organize, strategize, and execute what we want. This sort of talking, it to me is redundancy and scratch record, saying the same thing over and over. The Auditor General come. I heard what the gentleman said when you asked me the question with the Auditor General. I don't care about dust, right? Because if it was just simple, why did the minister went all that? Go through all that. To go to all the privy council. Now, that's taxpayers' money and wasting time. If she didn't do anything and they didn't do anything, it was a simple error, right? Why the judge didn't simply fix it? Right? A lot of people, I do my accounts all the time and I do my taxes. People don't understand taxes. There were receipts that was not there. There were no receipts. So there was things that was not accounted for. right? And at some point, this citizen sitting down there with their tail between their legs, right? Accepting all this. You guys are the highest office in Trinidad and Tobago. Without citizens, there's no government. And I would have then be by the president and say, hey, we want an election. I don't want parliament. I don't need Rowley. You understand? Because just as Rowley is a citizen, I am a citizen. And he has the same rights as I have. I will not call him no prime minister. You understand? Because he's a worker of mine. When I live down, I have 2 passports. And I always execute my rights in the US and in Trinidad. And if I come in and waiting my plane to come to Trinidad, and they're going to put them people back in there, I am leaving Trinidad and I will disown Trinidad like many people here disown Trinidad. I have people I work with, like, I never remember why you go back every year. Because I like my money to go in my people's hands. When I go to Trinidad, I don't shop KFC, I don't shop Royal Castle, I don't shop Rituals and all that. I go by the little small business people. We have to get up as a people and stop blaming other people. Right? We have to get up. What is the strategy? You're waiting for 2 months before the election to have a strategy, or you should be strategizing 2 years ago. And you see this Michaela, it is not it. Teaser, it is not it. I watch everybody. Oh, we love you, Michaela, next prime minister. Where's her 41 people? Even where the 22? Give me 22. Where are you going? There's nothing. It's food. They're taking orders for fools. Wake up out of the coma. Wake up. How much more I don't like embarrassment. How much more they need to get embarrassed to even get up? You have a man who knows you. Wait until you're August. I just do things differently. You've been there 10 years. And keep giving these kids and them certificates and nothing after the certificate. Only wake up and stop drinking Kool-Aid and be patriotic and do what is best for your country and yourself and these children. All of us sit 1 foot in and 1 foot out. We will be leaving for the show. I love that you bring this gentleman to speak his opinion and so forth. But let me tell you something. When I go to Trinidad, I travel all around the world. And it's embarrassing when I come to Trinidad. I have a little pressure washer. They can't pressure wash the floor, the building. Everything will be so dirty. I don't even like to go in this city. Carnival time, I'd be like, oh my God, I want to enjoy Carnival, but I can't. But when you go Carnival in other countries, if it's so beautiful, the roads clean, if the food fall, you pick up and eat it. We have no pride, and we have to teach our kids how to be prideful of where they are. We don't have country pride. When you go Barbados, people who are not even in hospitality, oh, let me show you. Let me take you there. They're always so friendly. When I went to St. Martin, when I went, like all different, we gotta, come on, people, wake up. We still have a lot of wealth. We could have medical tourism, sport tourism. We're supposed to have a carnival like no other. You know? We have lost. Don't talk about Trinidad as a carnival mecca. Stop that. We lost it.
Thank you, Miss Georgia.
There's supposed to be a year-round thing, people coming and face a steel pan. How in God's name are they giving away land to go in Port of Spain where there's no parking to give you a 300 people auditorium when you had land? You could have built a hotel, a museum, a factory, an educational spot so they could understand and learn about our culture. Or they don't love our culture, or they don't love Trinidad, and they don't love each other, or they don't love themselves.
Thank you, Mr.
I don't watch, I'm being honest, I barely watch anything anymore. So we talk about the same thing over and over, or they just taking the juice they pour into all you. You know? So the commissioner, the auditor general, and all they ain't do nothing yet, as the man that say, and they ain't do nothing yet. I tell you, if I was living in Trinidad, I would have organized you. I would have gone by UNC and organized and give them my demands and have hundreds of thousands of people massacre that election. And what I want, the UNC would have to give it to us as a people. When we put you in there, We need laws change because all those people, we need to follow that money because nobody ain't getting away easy.
Ms. Georgia,
at some point, we need to grow some balls.
thank you so much. It's appreciated. Take care.
Yeah. Yeah, because Hosein seems as though he have a leaning.
A leaning?
Yeah, like he leaning on one side.
I didn't get that. Oh, but Tommy, I don't understand. Tommy, how could you be leaning on one side and get them 4 out of 10?
Yeah. For the time, yet he embracing the arrangement with Petrotram. He embraced closing down the refinery. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm telling him,
Hold on.
he's telling me he's an economist, and I'm telling him as a management major, I would have found a way to restructure the organization to make it a profitable entity.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure he knows that what I'm saying makes sense.
Okay.
He's telling me that they tried to restructure it and they couldn't have.
Yeah, Uncle Tommy and Professor Walsh, good night.
Yeah.
New York here, Guru here. I came in late with Dr. Hosein, but I'm sorry that he couldn't stay longer. But
go bring him back.
As I said,
go bring him back.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, because I sent you some questions, I'm hoping that Miss Indira Sajawan can hopefully embrace on Thursday. Now, one thing I heard from him with regards to Petrotram, and I'm going to call out names. Fox Islam, you don't know what you're talking about, sir. And I'm going to say, I say this to you, Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, I'm going to repeat it 100 times over. I have intimate knowledge, having worked as an analyst for the investment bank that dealt with Petrotram. And what Dr. Hosein is saying, unfortunately, is a difference between an economist and an accountant and an analyst. Economics, macro and micro, you deal on the big spectrum. But when you're dealing with the specifics of a firm, you deal with all elements. So let me tell Fox Islam something. And I told you this with regards to the Petrotram deal. I agree with Dr. Hosein's assessment that the Petrotram deal, as it stands, is a margin plus deal because we are doing what is called concentric diversification by going into bunkering. But that is insufficient. The issue which you pointed out to Dr. Hosein was that the fact that the refinery, do you know that the refinery, the Jamaica refinery, Stuart Young is incorrect. It's 36,000 barrels per day. He said 38. He said it's 175,000 that the refinery, the old Guaracari or the Guaracari refinery, it's 190,000 and it possibly could have gone to 240,000. How I know that is because, as I told you, I am intimate knowledge with that. The issue with Petrotram, which Uncle Tommy hit, and I told you about what happened. You have a difference between net income and EBITDA. That's earnings before interest, taxation, depreciation, and amortization. The fact is, Stuart Young, yesterday or day before, when he was talking about Petrotram, who is a lawyer, who doesn't know about finance, just like Colin Imbert, just like deceased Franklin, can I keep repeating the same names? They don't have the experience with structured finance. The issue, McKinsey and the Solomon report said that they should break up the company or restructure it, but not to close it down. The refinery did not have to close down. You would have had to send home people, yes, you would have had to do attrition, but the real issue was the $2 billion with a B, approximately 2 billion. Sorry, let me rephrase. Yes, it's about $1.8 billion in debt financing that was coming due, that was leading to a cash flow drain. Because what you pointed out, Uncle Professor Wall Street, when the FOI that Gary abode, Wilfred Espinay had said that Petrotram was making a profit. Now, Dr. What's his name? Sorry, Ramkisoon was saying that the heritage part or the production part was possibly making. No. The Guaracara refinery, if you go back and you listen to Con Imbert, was a net earner. Because how I know that is because prior to 2001, the refinery was producing low margin products. And they had to do a refinery upgrade. In other words, the catalytic cracker is what separates the different types of products when you get the oil in to get higher margins. But what killed the Petrotram was the fact that you had the World GTL and the Nikon issue that is a horrible issue with Malcolm Jones. You had borrowings to do an upgrade for the diesel plant and for the building, the headquarters that I don't think was not even finished, that led to cash flow issues for this company. So what Petrotram management under executive chairman Malcolm Jones did was went out to the capital markets through Credit Suisse. The bank that I work for was not the investment bank for that, and borrowed a coupon for 850 million, a bond coupon for 850 million at 9.75% unsecured, meaning they did not collateralize the bond. A bond is $1,000 denominations which can be marketed. Then they took out another loan, another bond issue for another 750 at 6.75% roughly. So in 2018 and 2019 and 2020, what was coming due was almost 12 billion TT with a B, because Uncle Tommy and Professor Wall Street, for 10 years, Petrotram was paying 83.75 million per annum. They didn't pay the bullet payment on. The bullet payment was coming due on in 2019.
Caller, we are at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
We are at the top of the hour.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave with this, Professor Wall Street.
Yeah.
The fact is, we have square pegs, mechanics like Con Member, Keith Rowley, and Stuart Young trying to direct finance, and they have no knowledge. Vishnu Dan Paul doesn't understand that. They need to have investment advisors, and I agree with Mr. Atlanta. You can't change these people. Their mind is set, and they're not going to be able to change.
All right.
The only solution is to vote them out.
Okay, cool.
We'll talk later about
All right.
Tommy and Professor Wall Street.
Thank you.
Thank
Folks,
you.
We're going to go for the break. Thanks for the call. We're going to go for the break, folks. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
A big one. Oh, yeah, there's the powers. So that is a gun. Listen me. Hear me now. I frightened to live. What you? I frightened to live. Now, all the thing. I frightened to live. Sing. I frightened to live. I frightened to live. I frightened to live. One more time. I frightened to live. Sing. I frightened to live. Yeah. I build me a coffin. I make it my home, because that is my only choice. This kind of life, I leave it alone. Because when I look around and I see man raping their own daughters mercilessly, man living with man, woman with woman, so how must I live? I can't understand. Look, I'm frightened to live. Why you? I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. A bandit in my face with a gun. take my onions and began to run. I'm in the station reporting what the bandit do, and what the same bandit I was reporting to. Look, I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. Come again, let me hear. I'm frightened to live. Where you? I'm frightened to live. One more time, come again. I'm frightened to live. Hey, I'm frightened to live. Hear me now. It is so obnoxious when I look around. Things I just hear and see. My God, how could I go on? Children killing children every day. Parents guiding their children to go astray. Tell me how those youths getting all those guns, and where in the world those guns coming from? Me see I'm frightened to live. Where you? I'm frightened to live. You come again. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. Hear this. If in my ceiling they find coke and gun, it's my whole family they carrying down. But if the police get caught with the same refrain, all they getting is transfer to do crime again. You see, I'm frightened to live. Hey, I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Come again, let me hear. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. Music. Now you see this verse? This verse is my verse. I want to listen to my verse. My verse. Yeah. If our child could die by the hands of a bandit, police may halfway search, they may never catch the culprit. But if Mr. Big Man child end up dead, they go in to paint the old damn tongue red, putting out all force and energy, finding the killer immediately. So how must I live? Where you? I'm frightened to live. Come again. I'm frightened to live. Hey, hear this. Hear this. Hey. I turn to church, that's the answer. Listening to the priest preach on the altar, while taking in the words of the Almighty. You know the priest pelting sweet at me. You see, I'm frightened to live. Where you? I'm frightened to live. Sing. Come again, let me hear. I'm frightened to live. Where you? Hey, I'm frightened. One more time, one more time, one more time. Yeah.
And of course, we are back with you. It's End of the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget Shady Live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509, 973-609-6509. Remember, share that live. Tell your friends. Let's get the numbers up.
So what we're going to do, we're going to play this. Then we're going to try to get Representative David Lee to talk about what Minister Young had to say. So take a listen to this.
With this transaction that we've negotiated with Jamaica is the fulfillment of a commitment that I made to Jamaica. We began discussing, Minister Vaz began discussing with me for the last 2 years, how could we promote the bilateral relationship with Jamaica. As you know, Paria was set up because Petrotram's refining was making billions of dollars in losses. It had gone from a positive to a negative. By the time it was shut down, we had to write off over $12 billion in losses. So Petrotram was no longer refining in a manner that it could be profitable. Petrotram's refinery is also 175,000 barrels a day. The Petrotram refinery is a much smaller refinery, 38,000 barrels of oil today. So all this transaction is we've agreed, we're currently finalizing the negotiation to purchase about 500,000 barrels of marine fuel, which Paria has been purchasing. So it is a promotion of our bilateral relationship with Jamaica, which I'm very proud because they're a close partner of ours, as well as CARICOM. This is what CARICOM is meant to be.
So, folks, I'm going to try to see if I could get David Lee on the line. Tommy, do they have a meeting tonight?
Yes.
Huh?
I think yes.
Okay. Okay, so today there was a press release by the member for Point-a-Pierre, David Lee. MP Lee, is there more than meets the eye with Petrotram deal? Energy Minister Stuart Young explanation that the recent Petrotram deal is based on a strengthening bilateral relations and aligns with CARICOM objective. It's simply absurd, excuse me guys,
It's
nonsensical, and defies logic. Tommy, when you have one of these
I feel you.
bracers,
Been there.
the words go all over the place. So guys, excuse me. Spin doctoring this deal under the disguise of regional diplomacy or regional integration will not hide the fact that Young's government has totally broken the energy safety net and energy security of this nation through their shutdown of Petrotram to the point that we have to depend on Jamaica for fuel. Even more important, bilateral relations must not be used as an excuse to avoid transparency. The Minister of Energy must clearly state how Petrotram was selected for this specific deal. By the way, Tommy, did it have to go through procurement for that? I'm just asking. Eh? Or the government doesn't have to go through procurement?
No, they exempt.
Oh, okay. The Minister of Energy must state if Petrojam prices are cheaper than the prices paid for the fuel that has been imported since the closure of Petrotram. The Minister of Energy must state what makes this deal with Petrotram beneficial to our citizens over previous fuel purchase deals. Is this Petrotram deal based on benefits to our citizens, or is it to benefit some family or friends? Is there more in this Petrojam deal than meets the eye? Trinidad and Tobago was one of the major fuel suppliers to the entire CARICOM region, and it is simply delusional and insulting to the people of this nation for Young to offer the ridiculous excuse that we could not refine this product profitably in a way we are purchasing and selling it now. It was the PNM and Malcolm Joes who placed Petrotram in billions of debt. Petrotram was profitable up to its very last year of operation, making 1.7 billion in profit. Petrotram was even producing more oil than Heritage is presently doing. Yet, it became a political victim of the PNM. More damning, during the destruction of our century-old regional pride of being the Caribbean premier energy giant, is the destruction of our ability to be self-sufficient. This regional embarrassment must now be bolted to the PNM's failed energy policy in the last decade. Oh, so Mr. Lee shouldn't be allowed to comment until his charge is sorted out. That is what Patty is saying. Okay, Patty. But I want you all to listen to this. All right, I see Marjorie. Marjorie, welcome. Marjorie says, Petrotram refining oil for TNT, with its history in refining, is not a good look. It reflects poorly on us. Why isn't TNT not leading oil refining in the nation, given our resources and expertise?
In the region, you meant?
Huh?
You meant not the nation, the region.
What she said, refining in the region.
Yes, yes.
What? Okay, I want to play this. Take a listen to this, folks.
Hi, my name is Gary Aboud. I am the Corporate Secretary of Fishermen and Friends of the Sea, Trinidad and Tobago. We went under the Freedom of Information to the Ministry of Energy and we got the exact data. For 4 years, Petrotram did not rely on government subventions. So 2016, 17, 18, Petrotram were not given 1 penny from central government. But yet the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet kept speaking about Petrotram like if they were going to sink the national economy, saying that if they were kept going, they would lose $2 billion a year.
The government is not closing down Petrotram. And in case you were just opening your fridge and you didn't hear that when you closed the door, let me repeat it. The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotram.
Dr. Rowley said the single payment of a U.S. $850 million bond, which matures in August 2019, plus the $700 million that the company is due to repay shortly after, was the basis on which he knew decisive action on Petrotram's future could no longer be put off.
In short, the Petrotram fix was always seen to be bad for politics and even one's political survival. But we have arrived at a place now where its ongoing failure threatens the national survival. The refining assets of Petrotram can now be put in a separate company for opportunity attention. The OWTU will be given the first option to own and operate it if they wish.
So when people talk about Petrotram bringing in US dollars, that is a completely false narrative. It was not a net earner of foreign exchange. It was draining the country's reserves.
But then, if that were true and Dr. Rowley's statements were genuine, then why is there no evidence of any subvention to keep the company afloat in 2016, 17, and 18? And when they were paid in 2019, $1.2 billion from the Ministry of Finance, that was specifically to pay severance. So, are we being run by a government with integrity? Is the public interest being served by officers duly elected who are concerned about the welfare of the least privileged, or are they ambitiously seeking to become the most privileged? These are serious questions, and for those of you who listen to our presentation, I beg you to answer in your heart and in your conscience. When you go to the hospital and see sick people waiting 10 hours, how do you feel? When you go to take a bus and the bus doesn't come, how do you feel? When you drive on the road and you break your axle because your road isn't repaired, when you see WASA paying $1.5 million a day for salt water, desalinated water, and you see so much leaks, how do you feel? When you see a Prime Minister passing legislation that himself and the President should be paid their full salary for the duration of their lives as pension, but everybody else gets less, how do you feel? When you are lied to and have to pay triple for the price of oil and gas, when we had a company that could have produced and exported and kept our economy on a robust and vibrant status, how do you feel? When you see a private company that is secret, that no one knows who the owners are, making $400 and $500 million a year selling oil and gas to ships, profits that should have been going to the national treasury. How do you feel when the application for that company was made 6 months before Petrotram closed? When the applicants, Dr. Rowley's close friend, would not have known or should not have known of the planned closure of Petrotram. When you are lied to and told that Petrotram is sinking the economy, when for 3 consecutive years not a penny was paid in subventions. How do you feel? Well, for me, I feel like everybody's going to want to give me licks because they're going to say I should keep quiet, don't interfere with the bigwigs, they will kill me, they will shoot me. But I feel sad when I see children fighting that don't have proper education, when I see people suffering, pensioners, when I see the Blind Welfare Association underfunded, PAVI. I don't feel good, I don't feel proud, I don't feel patriotic. And I call on you to say something, speak about this video, share this video. Thank you for listening.
How do you feel?
How do you feel? Yeah, you can't make this up, you know. And when we get back, the Economist here, I'm going to play that for him.
Yep.
You know, I want to play that for him. But I want you to listen to Annie Roberts. Listen to this. Take a listen.
Dollars and coffee. How we reach here, where we see so-called leaders simply lying straight to the camera, straight to you, straight to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Just lying without conscience. The latest one being the replacement of the greatest liar to ever sit in the office of Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. The man who lied on Patrick Manning with corner hat and brought about the off inquiry where Stuart Smallpin sat down as a junior attorney earning millions of dollars in fees. When Rowley became Prime Minister, any advancements on the recommendations of the off inquiry made by Dr. Rudal Monilal, Kamala Prasad Bissessa, Jerlene John at UDCOT, Rowley reversed all of those by putting his man.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to get my blood work done and the results were not good. I was potentially going to.
Noel Garcia in charge of everything. Rowley reversed corporate governance by putting a web of corruption over your money at every juncture, interlocking directorships, one person being on 9 boards, another one on 7 boards as chairperson. Rowley created ministerial committees to procure. Rowley gutted procurement legislation that was duly passed and strong. He got into the Parliament and the Senate to weaken it. Rowley, the email-gate liar who was defended and became close to Stuart Smallpin. And before Rowley, the pathological liar goes, he leaves us with one present in Trinidad and Tobago. He leaves the PNM with a gift, and the PNM is powerless to stop, to fight against the tyranny and the oppression of a dictatorial, narcissistic liar like Rowley. And he leaves the PNM with a selected Prime Minister named Stuart Smallpin. And now Stuart Smallpin stands up in front of you and says that Trinidad and Tobago, that has been blessed with oil and gas, oil production since 1908, oil refining, making billions of dollars on the world scale, gas production since the early 1970s. Stuart Smallpin says that Trinidad and Tobago now is in the position where we refine nothing. The refinery has been closed for 7 years, and now we are buying marine oil from the refinery, the small refinery in Jamaica. Jamaica produces no oil, can mine no oil, can drill no oil. But Smallpin says that is advanced. Carry on bilateral relations because Trinidad and Tobago's refinery was not making a profit. A total fabrication. He talks about $12 billion in losses right off. No, that's the $12 billion in debt put there by his client, Malcolm Jones. He failed to tell you that the reason Petrotram's profitability was under strain was because of decisions taken by Malcolm P.M. Jones, the client of Stuart Smallpin Young, who Stuart Smallpin Young was in the office of the Attorney General under Attorney General Faris and Rawi, when they took advice from who? Nelson Gate, Vincent Nelson, the man who we know has questionable morals, the man who now suing them because of breach of an indemnity. It was Smallpin and Rowley and Al-Rawi who took Malcolm Jones out of court. That was the debt, the 12 to 13 billion dollars that Malcolm Jones, as executive chairman of Petrotram, who had the powers of a CEO, put you, the taxpayers, in debt that has not been paid out yet. Heritage has just kicked down the road to 2028, 2029, where Smallpin hope that dragon will dance and somehow we will be able to pay off that P&M debt. So Smallpin says that Trinidad and Tobago, the jewel, the tiger of the Caribbean, were blessed with oil and gas, that we are now supporting CARICOM by buying refined oil products from Jamaica. He failed to also say that Petrotram, one of the main bankers, is NCB Global, where his brother Angus works as the CEO. And when Smallpin became a minister in September 2015, NCB Global had zero public sector work here in Trinidad and Tobago. Zero. And then after 4 or 5 short years, they got $4.2 billion in work from Rowley's P&M. The first contract being a $180 million loan that was done under UDCOT when Rowley moved UDCOT from the Ministry of Housing under the safe arms of him and Smallpin at the Office of Prime Minister. Now Rowley, who says that he's gone, says that he's left his constituency in good hands. Never mind people suffering, crime, bad road, no jobs, children not performing well in education. They can't see him and have not seen him in 9 years in his constituency office. He tells the people openly, before any screening process, that he's leaving them in good hands, with hands Devines. So Rowley, the dictator who says he's going, if he's going and he's gone, why is he screening candidates? So the PNM cannot even deal with the tyrannical dictator and oppressive nature of Rowley. They cannot even follow their own constitution. There is only one solution to save Trinidad and Tobago from this bag of pathological liars, and that is to vote them out. Every single human being, even if you support PNM, you're supposed to vote UNC, save the country, and then go and try to save your party, get back to basics, follow your constitution, follow one man, one vote, follow democracy. Why is Rowley, who says he's going screening candidates, you don't find that wrong? Where he going? I thought he's going to sit down with his family. I thought he's going to walk in the park and relax and play golf. So why is he so actively in control of choosing who goes up for the PNM? PNM all the time ask that question because you all have sold your soul and you all will not sell this country. You all will PNM. Keep your party. Keep your corrupt house. But people will reject the next liar, Smallpin. So Smallpin tells you that it's a great business decision to move from a producer of oil, a refiner of oil, to being a pariah who needs to buy oil from other countries who start refining because we were making a loss. Really? And our refinery could refine 137,000 barrels? Yes, so we could buy a barrel of oil and transform it into fuel, to gas, different types, different prices, high prices. We could make bitumen, we could make marine oil. And Smallpin is telling you that your assets are useless because they had to close it down. Because a bareback man who loves Smallpin, loves Stuarty more than Hog love mud, who love the PNM, who love Rowley, because he tell them, shut it down, lock it down, broke it down, or we all go down. Well, we in Trinidad and Tobago not going down with Rowley and Smallpin. So this is very serious. Election is coming. It's UNC versus PNM. Stop all the old talk, stop all the banter, join and give your policies because never before seen. Imagine if your children would lie to you in your face like Rowley and Smallpin just lie straight. And whenever he lying, watch Smallpin. He hand just do this. And when you know he lying, the lies coming out in the brain and through his mouth. But it was a bilateral arrangement. He's a CARICOM man now. He not only love all black people and all Indian from Library Track, BRHs, he's a Caribbean man now. So he moved from an elitist who never passed the lighthouse, a man who never jumped in a jubilee, don't know what is borokiks, don't know nothing. Look, I see he trying to pull pan today, he nearly rolled the pan over his foot, he's so uncoordinated. So he is coming to lie to you. Well, PNM only could accept that, but the rest of us won't. We will vote UNC because never before have we ever seen such conscious liars in leadership position with blue lights and special branch, with police protecting their lives while your lives at risk. Vote UNC. End the story. Save us from Rowley and Smallpin, the lying twins.
There you have it, folks. There you have it. Boy, I know what to say. Tommy, you know, a man went on the radio in Trinidad and Tobago and say, we no longer have Black History Month in this country.
Okay, I'm saying that he must have a special arrangement with the president.
Yeah, he had a special line to President Trump. But, you know, let me don't make it up. Let me don't make it up, Tommy. Let me hear the people.
Let's hear the truth.
Let me hear the truth. Let me hear the facts, the whole facts, and nothing but the facts. Because, you know, people go say it's AI and we do this and we do the other. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. We like to bring you the facts, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So I want you guys to take a listen to this. Listen attentively when we say that these people just bring you misleading information. Yeah? I mean, you know what I mean? If something as important as that, you should do a little homework. You shouldn't just bring it out just so. Take a listen.
In a memo sent from the Defense Intelligence Agency, new policies have just been set in motion that going forward, the country will no longer celebrate Black History Month, Women's History Month, or Juneteenth.
I want to pause it there, right? You see what misleading information does do? Listen to Banmeha. This is what misleading information does do, folks. So Banmeha comes in. From a federal level, there's no Black History Month, Wall Street. So there is Black history, but anything to do with the federal government, there's no Black history. Tommy, how would that work? Can I help me with that?
Makes no sense.
Let me do something. Let me ask another question. Oh God, I'm tired. Always are we working too much, you know? Let me see something if I don't already ask the question. All right. I'm going to use exactly what Banmeyer says, okay? True. Or so Banmeyer, let me see if you're talking the truth. True or false? From a federal level
in the US.
In the US, the USA, there is no Black History Month. No more Right?
Right.
No more Black History Month. Okay. So listen there, folks. Listen there. This is what misleading information does do. True or false? From a federal level in the USA, is there no more Black History Month? Right? Okay? False. Banmea, false. Tommy, you see what misleading information does? Black History Month is still officially recognized and celebrated at the federal level in the United States. It occurs every February and has been formally recognized by U.S. presidents since 1976, when President Gerald Ford extended the recognition to a month-long observance. Every year since, U.S. presidents have issued proclamation designating February as Black History Month, and it remains as an important time to honor the contributions and history of African Americans. You see what the PNM education, miseducation does do to you? You see what the PNM miseducation does do to you? Eh, Tommy? Huh. You think it easy? You think it easy? It ain't easy, you know. But Banma, you go get away with that on programs like with the pastor with the internet search engine, you get away with that kind of thing. Not here. We are here to educate Banma. And it doesn't matter who you're supporting, Banma. It really doesn't matter. You could support whichever party you want. However,
we are here to speak truth to power.
Correct. And we say it over and over and over. So don't come with your story that you heard on the Mugabe station, and you're coming here and you're regurgitating that same information that's wrong, misleading. But that's all right, man. We welcome you here anytime. We welcome you here. We want you to hear. Okay, let me see who's that. Who's that? Oh, that phone ringing there and it didn't ring in there. Mr. Florida, call back. The phone ringing on my laptop, but it didn't ring in here. Mr. Florida, call back. So, folks, let's continue to listen to this. Oh, here we go. Oh, that phone. Yeah. Brooklyn.
Yeah, well, good night. Good night, Uncle Tommy. Good night to us, listeners.
Night, Brooklyn.
I sent you a little short clip about that same station again with the misinformation from a organization called Workers' Rights in Trinidad and Tobago, speaking about what Iowa-Joes have to do in order to make that station do the right thing, because it's like it's not even in the dark no more. Everybody know now that Google is put there by the PNM to mislead Black people as a pastor, just like what they do in the days of slavery. They put me to learn about why Jesus is with God. Google, they fooling Black people and telling them Rowley is God. So again, I sent you a short video, not long, but take it in, and it's a nice video to let people see that not even what you say on this program, because they may say you lying about the misinformation on 91.9, but it's out there now and it's spreading like wildfire.
All right.
So I send you a clip. Take
Yeah,
it
man.
in.
Bless.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, folks, continue to listen to this. Continue to take a listen to this. Banma, you listen to this.
Isn't it amazing how people will try to pretend as if they don't know what you did for them? But in their hearts, they know that they are indebted. Because of our free labor, we made this country a superpower. in a memo sent from the Defense Intelligence Agency, new policies have just been set in motion that going forward, the country will no longer celebrate Black History Month, Women's History Month, or Juneteenth. Isn't it amazing how people will try to pretend as if they don't know what you did for them? But in their hearts, they know that they are indebted.
All right, Trinidad and Tobago, so I'm back with you. So that is why I got the information from about the Black History Month not being celebrated again in America. All right, that is where I got it from Pastor Jamal Bright from the New Birth Baptist Church.
Bring similar tabs together.
So people who just be calling here and talking about black and the blackest man and black. The country that you're living in right now don't even want to recognize black people anymore. Imagine that, eh? Black History Month, where they would have celebrated and talked about and share history on black people. Great black people in America that have taught their children on the history of Black History Month and Black History Month. I often wondered why we don't celebrate Black History Month in Trinidad and Tobago, where we highlight people like Darcus Howe. I want to repeat his name again. Darcus Howe. Darcus Howe. Anybody know who is that? Anybody know who he fight for? Anybody understand that name I just called there? Every time I talk about that name, I just get emotional. There are people who just want to talk about it for black people and they're fighting on behalf of black people and always coming to talk about black. You even dream. You can't even fathom how to stand in the shoes of a man called Darcus Howe. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it again. You who does me want to talk about, oh, you disappointed. You too. You who just want to talk about, oh, you're so disappointed in the black politicians in this country and wherever. You see, if a man like Darcus Howe say that, I'll swallow it. But you see, people like who want to come and pontificate and fight and pretend as though they're for black people, and I say it, pretend, could never put your big toe form off your little toe in Darcus Howe shoes. A man from Belmont who understand what it means to live. Anyway, I'm going to strain. So, a strain.
Hi, is this 91.9?
Yes, it is.
Okay, can I say something? Or
Yeah, you can. Hello?
Okay, well, let me say a message then. I think you owe Donald Trump an apology. Because let me tell you, the Yahoo News. Yeah, Yahoo News of February the 2nd says, amid Trump's rollback, blah, 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 people were concerned that Black History Month could be in danger, but they said, the White House secretary said the president planned to sign a proclamation declaring February as Black History Month, as every president has done. He followed through on Saturday, February the 1st. And then on Saturday, he said, today I'm very honored to recognize February 2025 as National Black History Month, Trump wrote. American heroes such as Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Thomas Sowell, Justice Clarence Thomas, and countless others represent what is best in America and her citizens. He added their achievements, which have monumentally advanced the tradition of equality and blah, 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 and so on and so on. But he finally did, and it was declared on Sunday. So, and President Trump, you might not think so, but he is a good person. So they stayed there and stated all these things, all these news that you hear. This is from Yahoo News online. So if you want, you must research your facts. I have been retired soon, and I am starting to look at your program, but you're not researching your facts. All you have to do is sit there and you see it, Yahoo News.
You staying on the line,
Yeah,
ma'am?
I mean, and here I was like,
All right.
yes, I'm on the line.
All right. So what you heard me played, and all the listeners, if you were listening from the beginning of my program, I said that I was listening to a pastor, right? And is that my words, And everybody who have been listening to me for the past 12 years of me being on this radio station will always hear me say that I would prefer play somebody saying something than I come and say it. Right? So I said,
Tommy, did we miss something? Tommy?
I must have missed something.
We have to have missed something. No. Let me go back. You don't
have to go back. It's clear what he did. All right.
Okay, cool. I ain't going back then.
Are you ready to?
Hold on. I ain't going back. Let me just skip this. Or these things just play. All right.
Yeah, pop-ups.
On Saturday, February the 1st. And then he said, on Saturday, he said, today I am very honored to recognize February 2025 as National Black History Month. Trump wrote. American heroes such as Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, Thomas Sowell, Justice Clarence Thomas, and countless others represent what is best in America and her citizens. He added their achievements, which have monumentally advanced the tradition of equality and blah, 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 and so on and so on. But he finally did, and it was declared on Sunday. So, and President Trump, you might not think so, but he is a good person. So they stayed there and stated all these things, all these news that you hear. This is from Yahoo News online. So if you want, you must research your facts. I have been retired soon, and I am starting to look at your program. But you're not researching your facts. All you have to do is sit there and you see it, Yahoo News.
You staying on the line, ma'am?
Yeah, I mean, and here I was like,
all right.
yes, I'm on the line.
All right. So what you heard me played, and all the listeners, if you were listening from the beginning of my program, I said that I was listening to a pastor, right? And is that my words, And everybody who have been listening to me for the past 12 years of me being on this radio station will always hear me say that I would prefer play somebody saying something than I come and say it. Right? So I said that I heard a pastor making a statement that I don't know if it's true. I said that I could go back and pull the recording because there's people who just wait just now, ma'am, I'll allow you to speak. Did I allow you to speak? I didn't even stop you. I allowed you to say what you have to say about me. Right? So I would have said, okay, let me go back and pull back the recording of the Sunday worship, which was yesterday, of Pastor, I call his name, Jamal Bright, saying that he got a memo stating that President Donald Trump is going to stop Black History Month celebration in America. So I went back, and that is what I played a while ago, where Pastor Jamal Bright would have said it. Right? That is what I did. So you now coming to tell me, hey, X, Y, and Z. So what you said to me was, hey, I just read Yahoo News, and this is what was stated in Yahoo News. I would like for you to go and check it and bring the relevant information. You didn't do that, You came here to tell me, I owe Donald Trump an apology. I owe Donald Trump an apology because I say X, Y, and Z. I played. Wait, just now.
On air about what someone told you without
what somebody told. I played what the man preached. I played what the. You coming to tell me about facts? You really coming to tell me about facts? I just said to you something and you're not even hearing what I'm saying. You didn't even hear what I said to you, that I heard a pastor said it, and I played it from the pastor.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Is that me who say it?
Yeah.
And I always sit here.
Let's move on. We're wasting time on this guy because it's just dumbness going on right now. Let's move on. Let's move on. This guy.
Let me read. Let me just read this. I know what's going on here now, but the phone ringing on my computer is not on my phone, so I don't know, folks. You're gonna have to keep calling my let me see something. Okay, this is Miss Georgia sent me this. Briefings and statement. National Black History Month, January 31st, 2025. By the President of the United States of America, a proclamation. Today, I am honored to recognize February 2025 as National Black History Month. Every year, National Black History Month is an occasion to celebrate the contribution of so many Black American patriots who have indelibly shaped our nations. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. And then it goes, now, therefore, I, Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim February 2025 as National Black History Month. I call upon public officials, educators, librarians, and all the people of the United States to observe the month with the appropriate program, economies, and activities. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Worship, brethren, you have an evil, wicked pastor in that conversation. So 12 years, he must
Hold on. Go ahead, KFC.
He do the research and come in and say that this evil, wicked pastor across it and let me bridge it to the pastor say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, see, Pastor, evil, wicked people going to say that people, he can't affect human, he said, what up on human and all kind of thing.
Exactly.
In taking time for human to bring across his point. And the thing that come like the same man last night. Watch this out, evil, pastors and that. Just a man, fireball pastor,
Thanks, KFC. Thanks.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Florida.
Good night again, Mr. Ansem, Mr. Tommy. So, Mr. Ansem, like the same man who say Kamala Harris wasn't running for president?
Yeah, the same fella.
yeah. You know, you say, yeah, when you say, you like to call video, pontificate. That's what the man say, you know. So, it's not pontificate, it's pontificate.
Certificate.
Yeah. Right? So try, if you have to use big words, try and get it correct now. Because we listen to you, educated people listening to you. They waste our time. All right, Mr. Anthem, look. It's pontificate, not certificate.
All right, bless. Yeah, Brooklyn.
Yeah. So you remember the other day I called you? I think it was last week or so. I tell you that Google only bullying callers now. When you call and you correct Google or you tell Google, because Google clearly went off on what the pastor said. He went off on putting his own thing.
Correct.
And he was throwing talk for you on street.
Eh?
He basically showing that whole tantrum he got was a throw for you.
Okay.
That was directed to you on street.
Okay.
And he bullied the woman. He bullied the woman on the national radio. That shouldn't be allowed. Right? Anybody who watched that knowing that Google was directing that to you.
Of course.
It was wrong. And instead he apologized for what he was saying to his callers who just call and talk about black, who are correct and just bring the facts. He was absolutely wrong and tried to twist up the woman and make it seem like if the woman called it to this week. And as a radio announcer, you have to have a certain amount of discipline. Even if somebody call and say something, you can't be talking like if you're on the street and want to be, bullying them then. He adopting a rowdy behavior. You know, all of that Google is a big bad man, you know. I just hear him how he just talk when you call, when people call, he just talk like if he rich. You understand? Like he shining Rowdy's shoes. When Rowdy come out to the point, he tip another dust on it, he just go down on his knees and rub and lick it. That's how Google getting on. That's how he just get on. And that's why I tell you, the other clip too, you don't think I said, let people hear how serious it is. Because I'm gonna cut this and make a dread video and post it on Facebook. I'm gonna make a dread video with this you here, you know, cut this and expose it to you. It's too sick. I'm gone.
Yeah, man. Bless.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yes, he took a swipe at you.
You think so?
Oh, you didn't listen? You are listening?
Nah.
It's you he was beaten.
You think so?
It's you he was beaten.
Yeah, man. Yeah, KFC.
I called you told me for by mistake about the income and across play.
Right.
But Google, that evil wicked pastor, he threw a shot at you and he threw a shot at David Mohammed too, you know. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't think he was talking about me, man.
Oh, I'm talking about the president of the United States. Talk about the blackest man.
You must have to debate with me, so you say ignorant.
Yeah.
That evil, wicked pastor and them and them supposed to be setting a better example because them saying there's pastors, you know.
Correct.
Them people living very righteousness, living propaganda and like one of this evil, wicked and them fireball possible and them by again by what should I come for pastors and them are
Yeah. Folks, start to put your closing comments in chats and send your closing voice note. Tommy, the PNM triplets, one of the PNM triplets, Altia, she said, why Wall Street let his wife call Pastor Google? So the one who called was my wife now. You understand?
Right.
Yeah. But Tommy, I don't think he was throwing words to me, man.
Oh, you weren't listening well. I'm sure he was throwing words for you.
Yeah. You know what?
When you listen to it next time, you'll catch on.
Okay. You know, all right. I'll go ignore that. It's not everything you had to back it.
True.
Yeah. I'll just say, Wall Street, what's your issue? What issue? Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Yeah, Mr. Hansen, this is you he was talking about. Because you just be calling and you just be quoting around, you say the blackest man. And you just always talk about how much black people living on. It's you he was showing that talk for. But when you get fact checked, you see how the man sort of swell, like one of them crackle and them, you know, when they throw salt and them, how they just swell up.
All your wicked, you
understand?
All your wicked. Yeah.
It's you he was showing that for. But it's
you just coming out.
You and him. It's you don't listen to any and everything on radio. You just go and research it. And you see, that is the thing with a lot of Trinidadians don't know how to do. They don't know how to research. They don't know what words to type in to look fit. But there's open AI. So now you could speak on your phone now if you don't know what to chat and text or spell. And they will do it for you and search it up for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Hansen,
Yeah, man. Altia. Oh, God. Wall Street. Pastor said he didn't know if it was true. He just played it. Oh, God, Tommy. Tommy, if something as important as that.
I mean, you're broadcasting and the whole world could hear you, especially if you're on the internet. You're not going to verify that you're giving out good information?
Do a little bit.
Little research.
Just put in Black history. Forget about the month. Just put in Black history. If it's still in existence. I mean, I'll tell you a little bit. Not much. You understand? Kevin Bash said it was you he was ponging, Professor.
Of course.
I don't know why the fella ponging me. Them should be glad I standing up for something. Them don't stand up for nothing. But anyway, if all of them know, listen to this, Tommy. Listen to the fella that fella right, will honor. Listen to this, Darcus Howe, 1943 to 2017, was a Trinidadian-born British broadcaster, writer, and civil rights activist. He was a prominent figure in the fight against racial injustice in the United Kingdom and a key voice in the British Black Power movement. Tommy?
Okay.
I just fight for black people in Trinidad and Tobago, and I live in America. He
Right.
fighting for people in Britain, and he following that fella. Tommy, help me now. Help me, please.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
What did we miss?
That fella come on a radio and talking about Darcus Howe. Oh God, Pastor Google Boy. Pastor Google Boy, it's a shame the PNM have you talking for them. It's a shame. Tommy, I'm ashamed. I thought was a Trinidadian activist that I didn't know about, you know. No, seriously.
Right.
I saying, well, boy, you know, well, hold on. I wanted to be educated. I say, well, this. Wait now, how we never hear about this Trinidadian activist? Tommy? Fighting for stuff in Trinidad and Tobago. And this is what he comes to it. Boy, you fail miserably. That's why the PNM rejected you as a counselor. Yeah, caller. Yeah, 1 minute to the top of the hour. 1 minute.
You hearing them?
90% of that, 171,000 to 190,000 barrels per day. This is what some of the key performance metrics, a range, would have yielded over the last 4 years. EBITDA, meaning earnings before taxation and depreciation, $2.53 to $3.23 billion per year. EBITDA low, 1.93 to 2.43 billion per annum. Net profit, 1.63 to 2.23 billion. That's high. Low, 1.23 billion USD to 1.73 billion USD. Revenue, I'll just go into that. 3.74 billion. Low, revenue estimated 4.98 billion. So we have made per annum about 30 billion US on the high side, and the low side about 4 billion, which is about 28 billion. Between 34 to, that is what we have been missing out. If that Paria deal, if they knew what they were doing, would have made, and we wouldn't have to go to Petrotram to get 500,000 barrels of fuel oil and pay $50,000, and then the bunking contract, one of the bunking contracts, they said is going to one of Rowley's good legal advisors.
All right.
That's how it is.
No problem.
Have a good night, folks.
Thanks, Alan.
All right.
Folks, let's take that break. Don't forget, put your closing quotes, posting comments in the chat, and send your closing voice notes or your closing quotes. We'll be right back. Stick and stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington, you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, when you get in, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook, and you can reach us here at 973-868-1444.
Also at 973-609-6509.
Hi, good night, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy, man. I'll have a blessed night until Tuesday, meet again.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so evil and wicked. Them pastor, them is, he said a man who born and grew in Belmont and fight with people in the kingdom.
In the United Kingdom. In the United Kingdom. Yeah.
And and we have a black leader here. We praying for and all kind of things. Why you talk about the good thing about the black leader do for you people in this country right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, man.
You want to tell me? Bro, listen, when we fighting for black people and you oppressing black people, the shame. And even though the killer you in a bell bottom pants and the big belly for walking behind short tongue, you help for black people.
Yeah, I hear you.
Behind short tongue right now. I love to until tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Bless. Hey,
Yeah,
listen to
I got a caller.
RJ. One minute, Tommy. Take the call.
Go ahead, caller. You're live. Good night. Yeah, good night.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
Pastor Google is throwing corn for you. Why you eat it? Is it throwing corn? Is you in the twilight?
Is you eat your corn for?
I ate today and I ate now, and you denying it. Why you eat the corn?
Now I need that corn. I need that corn.
Good night.
Yeah,
Good
man.
night. Thanks for the call.
I need to knock on. You know, RJ, I go take away that R from me, you know. I go just make it J, you know. I think the point he was making is about black people in general. Hey, Tommy?
Give me a break.
Give me a break, man. Let me read it for you all before you go again, eh? Because I didn't know about Darkest How. I didn't. So I said, I want to do what I just always do. I told people, I work as an analyst. I like to analyze things. That is part of my, they say, there are SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That is part of my weakness. I like to research stuff. Darkest How, 1943 to 2017, was a Trinidadian-born British broadcaster, writer, and civil rights activist. He was a prominent figure in the fight against racial injustice in the United Kingdom and a key voice in the British Black Power movement. So think about this. When I fighting for the building up in Chumaka, Clavantel, I'm fighting for the Wall Street, the Lavantel, the Wall Street Empowerment Center. Tommy, I fighting for things in our homeland.
Not even where you live.
But he don't respect that. He respect a guy all the way up in England. All the way up in England. Right? Oh,
listen. Try not to use too much of your effort dealing with this non-entity.
But Tommy, you know something? I told someone this. I ain't gonna call the person. I say no. When I listen to them program, I just only use 2% of my brain, you know. When I listen to them program.
Use 1% of your emotion too.
No, oh God.
1% of your emotions.
Oh God. Here comes Gordon. Here comes Gordon, Joseph. So you all feel Wall Street did not hear? Look, hit me with a stone if that's so. I don't know, boy. I don't know. I'll just said Wall Street, bring your money and come now. We need US. Mr. Atlanta, you have 2 minutes before we go.
Good evening, Wall Street. Please listen to Tommy.
Okay.
And you talk.
All right. Okay.
Good night.
Good night. All right. We'll talk done. Mr. Atlanta, just put me in my place, you know. Put me in my place, boy. You know? All right. Mr. Atlanta, done. Done. All right. My closing comment.
Excuse me.
My closing comment.
Let me give you the whole screen.
My phone full.
Your phone full?
I don't know what is going on. My phone full.
I'm gonna give you the whole screen.
I don't figure out something to. I don't go buy iPhone tomorrow. Apple iPhone tomorrow. Let's see what's going on.
Good morning, God. Today is Tuesday, Father, February 4th, and I come before you with an open heart,
ready to receive your grace in my life. Lord, on this new day, I surrender to you my uncertainties, doubts, and weaknesses. Fill my soul with your peace, which surpasses all understanding. May I walk today with the certainty that I am not alone, for you are my strength when I feel weak, my light when darkness tries to surround me. Father, strengthen my faith like the roots that sustain a tree in the storm. Teach me to trust in your timing, even when the world urges me to rush. May every step I take be guided by your love, and may my voice bring hope to those who cross my path. Today, I declare, I am not a prisoner of the past, nor a hostage of tomorrow. I will live this day with courage, gratitude, and eyes open to the blessings you have prepared for me. May your word be my map, prayer my breath, and faith my armor. I surrender my dreams and struggles to you. Make me a reflection of your goodness. Thank you for another chance to start again. In Jesus' name, amen.
From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall still, that's all. I like to stay, but I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Go ahead, Tommy.
Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Like I always say, you, Mr. in the mirror, you have to become that change you want to see. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Today is Tuesday. Be safe out there over the next couple of days. And hopefully we can do this again, God willing, on Thursday. Love you all. Good night.
Thank you, Tommy. Let me go to the.
You're
Oh
welcome.
my God. When my phone somehow. I gotta get this fixed tomorrow. My phone is saying it's too full, Tommy. All right. Let me see if I can read it from my laptop. Because let me see if I could delete anything here real quick. Let me see if I could delete this. I could delete this. My phone is saying it's full. All right, let me do this. What that? What the hell is that? Oh man. My phone seemed to be. I get too much messages on a daily basis. So my phone it just get overloaded. Let me see this. Select all accept start. All right, let me try to see now if it will work. All right, it's working now. So Mr. Atlanta said, karma has no menu. You get served what you deserve. Where you will sit when you are old shows where you stood in youth. All right. KFC closing voice note.
Good night, Mr. Washi. That evil, wicked pastor, that big belly pastor, that bell bottom pastor, economic talent tune, the last man abajan. People like that tune. What a good program today, boy. You love that tune. Mr. Washi, have a blessed day. The hear tune playing at all, that could tell at all, the economic that tune, people economic that tune. Yeah. Shoot up power. Kaiso.
Mr. Florida.
Michael says peace and love to everyone except PNM supporters. Let me see what Rennie Mohammed says. We are one people. We are one.
Mr. Anselm,
Hold on, Tommy. Hold on.
Sometimes the only closure that you need is understanding that you deserve better. Until another day. See Steve.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Hold on. I moved. When he says we are all one people under the same sun, peace and love to everyone.
Right.
Michael says peace always.
You could read Indra too. Indra. I'll put it on the screen too.
So tiny. Okay, let me up the size of my screen. If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's Indra.
Also, read Mr. Intellectual.
Who's on comment? How can a person with just an iota of sense would stay away from people who lie, thieves, and rip you off?
Also that one.
Who's on comment? It's time to get the PNM out of office. That's Tommy Muhammad.
Okay. Let me see something. All right. I have a voice note here.
Yeah. My closing comment. Hi, everybody. For those who are joining late, good evening. No, he wasn't throwing words. As everybody and the brother know that I listen to a lot of interactive platforms. He wasn't throwing words at all. Anybody who say he was throwing words, I do not agree with it. Anybody say he was making statement of fact, I agree with it. I agree with it. Because by now, probably just about 6.5 of them don't know that the whole idea is to demonize, to modmatize. Check the next dictionary, and that word might be in it. To modmatize those who you're giving the impression that you do not support, that you do not love. I hope I ain't going to be hearing that dotishness again. Having heard from Mr. Hosein about Petrotram and about the loss of money and all these things. All right? Also, about the money that they say, but the among that thing they say about Imbo and that money, buy mall, thief, can't give account, and when so many persons who are not PNM people who criticize and pound the PNM so that the money is not missing in the sense of it is in somebody's pocket or in somebody's account or it under some pillow, right? It is an accounting error, right? It's human beings which entitled to make errors, all right? And it's not the first time. It is not the first time. So gosh, boy, let the 6.5 of them get together now, boy. How all they want to support the people, all they want to win, and all they giving the neutrals, those who are not party card members and so on, nothing to work with. All they seen is you, not them. All they seen is you looking for a work or get a work, Trinidad language. Eh? Oh gosh, man, it's so tiring to the consciousness, boy. You understand? Nothing to do. If you really were serious, you when there's something good, you say, hey, this was good. We like that. We applaud that. Hey, you see that? That was bad. That was ugly. That's not nice. Then we could understand that. But everything, when something good come now, you're talking about it now. But here, you know, election, give me, that's election. Oh gosh, man, give me a buff in my car. God night, everybody. Pray. It is what God answers.
Okay. Sergeant Ramsey, welcome. Sergeant Ramsey says Trinidad politicians are so comfortable they can't tell the difference between their pockets versus a cookie jar. Michael says, hi, Tommy and company. I'm now home from offshore drilling Jacob rig to spend my 2 weeks. So tomorrow I'm going to Maracas Beach with some of my co-workers' family, also my family. Hey, Michael, welcome back. Mr. Intellectual say, where Maloney know that because two people say so. Yeah. So folks, we out of here. We see you on Thursday, same WZY time, same WZY channel. later, and we're gonna go out with your turn now later.